What's up, Diablo fans? I'm here to give my feedback on the patch, the PTR so far. Here's really quickly. Rune words are not unlocked yet, so I haven't done rune words and I haven't done all that stuff. That unlocks on Friday. So this is my quick assessment of the leveling process, plus a few other things. Just to give you my background, I'm 40 years old. I've played Diablo 1, 2, 3. I played a ton of Diablo 3 and 2, and especially 3. I really have played a ton of Diablo 3. And I love speed farming. I love God DH, so I'm really happy about the new rogue, twisting knives or whatever, dance of knives, whatever it's called, twisting blades of knives and forks and whatever it's called. I love it. I'm going to talk about that later. But first, I just want to tell you, I'm a dummy. I'm a stupid gaming dad now. I have 3 kids. I have 70 hours of work. I get to play Diablo only about 15 hours a week. Back in the day, I would have played Diablo like 40 hours a week. Can't do that anymore. Also, I'm kind of stupid. So if you're a good player, you could probably in 10 hours do 10 times what I could do. So I think it's important that people like me give their feedback, because so many brainiacs and so many guys who know what they're doing, who are very efficient, very good, very smart, beasts, and especially the big streamers. All these big mega streamers, big brain, whatever else, they all very modest, but they're smart. And they have lots of time on their hands. So when you add those two things together, you're going to get this efficiency and an opinion that nobody else has, or that everybody else has, really, because they're all brainiacs and they're all talking about what you got to do. And a lot of other people, not only do they not have time to play the game and figure this out, not only do their brains not work in this logical sense, not only do they not have time to sit there and fawn over build guides, they don't even have time to watch the YouTubers tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of like that. So there's my little overview. Now I'm going to get into it really quickly. The point is, I am stupid, but I think there's a lot of stupid people out there playing the game that love the game, and they enjoy being stupid. They kind of run around and, they're inefficient for a long time, and eventually they figure some things out. You know what I mean? Whatever. We just don't care. Some people would never play like that, but I do, because I've got ADD and I'm crazy. So I think there's a lot of people out there like me, and there's a lot of people out there even worse than me, because so many people come up to me and ask me questions, and I go, are you seriously asking me this? I'm like, what are you doing? And they're so clueless. They don't watch a guide. They don't read a website. They don't read nothing. They just find out about it through word of mouth. People are like that, and there's a lot of people playing like that. Anyway, so let's get into it. So I wish there were more people that gave their opinions who are average gamer dad types, because I think it's important. Anyway, leveling, right? Leveling 1 to 6. So I leveled 50 to 60, right? I took my character that was moved over 50 to 60, and I leveled those 10 levels up to 60. And I pretty much really enjoyed that, to be honest. I loved the 50 to 60. It was a little bit much, but I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then I had a pretty damn good time leveling after that. Going through up to Torment 2 is all. I've only made it to Torment 2. So what I can tell you so far is, I really love the fact that we don't have to stat crunch as much anymore. I know a little bit more quicker. Ancestry items. Oh, ancestral items. Ancestry. I was on there earlier looking at my background. No, ancestral items. I know what they are. I know what they do. I'm excited to see the ancestral item. It's not as much of like me stat crunching and trying to figure out and squinting and taking all this time to look through my gear. My wife said the same thing, by the way. So I really like that. I did not like I didn't really like the leveling of 1 to 60. I found it a little monotonous or boring, or kind of like, yep, I got to do this. Now, in Diablo 3, when the seasons begin, I actually, for some reason, have a fun time leveling up. And then towards the end, it gets a little bit like, oh my God, and you push through. But Diablo 3 is so different in 2024 than it was in 2020, than it was in 2016. This kind of reminded me of Diablo 3 in the year 2015 or 16, when you're like grinding to get up to that 670, and you're just like, oh my God, like get me there already. That's what this felt like. I think it was too much. I really enjoyed leveling 50 to 60 and then going from there, but I did not like leveling 1 to 60. I found it a bit boring. So I would recommend, if I could, to spice that up somehow, and I don't know exactly how you could do that, but I wish that the leveling process could be a little spiced up. You know what I mean? 1 to 30 is whatever, and then 30 to 50 is something else, and then 50 to 60 is something else. But right now it just feels like one big 1 to 60. Don't know how else to explain it. Didn't really like it. And if I could, I would start at level 50 again because that was fun. And I know you'd be saying, well, of course, only having to level 10 levels is probably a funner time. But it is. I just thought it was too much. And it's weird because before, when we were leveling 1 to 100, I didn't really feel that way. I thought it was all right, but way too long. If that makes... Like, it was all right, but way too long, but this has changed the game. So now this reminds me more of Diablo 3, but if Diablo 3 was a longer grind from 1 to 70, and it was a bit annoying. So I wish something's got to be done to break up the 1 to 60. I don't know what that can be, but that's my opinion. Anyway, and trust me, I've been playing a lot. I've played a lot of Diablo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've played Diablo, if you added up all the hours, I've played Diablo for 149 days of my life. Or something. That's nuts. Anyway, I've found 5 ancestrals so far, and I only found 1 in Helltides. I found 1 in Helltides after like an hour, maybe an hour of play, and I found all the other ones easily, half in Nightmare Dungeons and most of them though in the pit. So to me, it seems like maybe the pit's the best place to find the ancestral items. So whatever that means, I don't even want to comment on that right now, but you could take that with I mean, we don't have really good numbers on that, but it seems to me that the pit, dropped more of the items that could just be random. And I don't think I have enough data to really tell you what I think about that. I liked Profane Mind Cage. Whatever happened to Profane Mind Cage? I get that they sort of changed the leveling process to sort of be like that. But now you can't group up with your friends and jump levels with your friends to be a certain way. I don't really understand that. And Profane Mind Cage also was a good item for when you were grouping with friends as well. I don't like grouping with friends. I don't really group with friends. I play Diablo mostly solo. So I'm not really happy with some of these new things forcing me to group with people. That was the thing that pissed me off about Diablo 3. And in fact, it took 12 years for Diablo 3 to finally put solo self-found into the game. And now here we are on Diablo 4, and we're about to reward groups even more again. And now I'm sitting here going, well, this is bullshit because now I'm screwed. So I don't really like that. And I'm trying to think of a way to make it fair. And I get it. They probably don't want solo self-found in this game because they focused on this open world and people working together a bit. So there probably won't be a solo self-found, which I find kind of annoying and sucks. But I wish there was a way to figure this out. Now, maybe you could make it so that, that you get a boost or an elixir boost for it. Like, if you play solo and you don't group up with anybody in the game, the longer you go, it builds up and it's like an experience bonus or buff or something. I don't know. But then people would want to play solo to get that buff. But I feel like it would balance out then. So, like, do the math on what the average person who groups up gets extra and then sort of give it to a solo player based on their time played solo versus in party or group. I don't know. Is that possible to do? I don't know. Random idea. Probably not possible. Probably a stupid idea. But 75% or so of Diablo 4 players, I think, mostly play solo by themselves and don't join groups, really. So I feel like that would make a lot of people happy. But maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Like we haven't unlocked rune words yet in the PTR. This is just the leveling process that I'm getting to. I didn't notice any glitches from my end really, other than the map glitches and some things like that. And I think they're happening only because they've closed off that new area. But the next thing I kind of wanted to get to was the rogue. I really, really love the Dance of Knives rogue. And so I am very happy with this because I used to be a multi-shot demon hunter in Diablo 3, right? I used to be a barb in Diablo 2 and a sorcerer. And when I came to Diablo 3, I was going to do Whirlwind Barb, and then I switched to Demon Hunter right away almost. I became a multi-shot Demon Hunter. I love diving around and shooting the arrows everywhere and just flipping around and shooting the arrows everywhere. And my only problem was that it wouldn't go faster. And the funniest thing was, in 2018 or 17 or something, they created a new set piece and class thing for the Demon Hunter, and they made the God DH, which was like a whirlwinding DH, spin to win DH, and it was awesome. The speed, the blasting, bro, I loved that build. And when Diablo 4 started, I said, geez, I'm gonna have trouble with this because I'm so used to this just whirlwinding around blasting that like this is gonna suck, to get used to being slow again. But I got kind of used to it, but I also got kind of sick of it, and I could never find a build I liked. I was playing Rogue. I gave up on Rogue eventually. I switched over to Necromancer, and I kind of like that, but not really. It's still not the speed build. I'm playing Minions and Necrominion. That's not my thing usually. So I'm playing a build I don't really like, but it's the only thing I'm having fun playing. Tried the Sorcerer, it was just too much. I just bailed on it. Then I went back to Rogue, and I didn't like that still. I want to play Twisting Blades, but it's not fast enough. And then it's almost like the Diablo gods heard me, and they were like, oh, you like that? Well, here you go. Here's your God DH that you want in Diablo 4. And it was like, wow, okay. So I've been playing that in the PTR now. Now, granted, it may be underpowered. I may be underpowered. I may not be building the thing right. I don't even know what I'm doing, really. But what I can tell you is I found something that I like, and that's fun to me. And so I love it. And I don't know what you can do to make it better exactly, but I'm going to talk about it right now. I'm going to tell you that I've had so much fun playing this that it's got me addicted to the game again, which I was not feeling that way before. But what I'm coming to realize is that I'm not having fun in Diablo playing some of the builds that are going to be the top meta or the top builds or those sort of things, but it's also not fun to not play those. So there's still a bit of a loss going on in my mind here. But talking about this Rogue, man, when you look at this, what I did was I basically, and my stuff's all messed up. But what I did was obviously I went Puncture, and then I went, this is weird, I went Twisting Blades. Then I filled up some of these Stutter Step, Target Practice, Sturdy. And then of course I filled up Dance of Knives, Enhanced Dance, Method. And then I went over here, Rapid. Now I wanted to really fill up Evade, and I think we should fill these up even more, because if you add Evade and you throw Evade, all these Evade bonuses on top of your Dance of Knives, and then you throw Smoke Grenade on there just for some more damage, just to do more damage. And this could be, interchanged with something with survivability, but also vulnerable, damage, increase damage to healthy enemies, getting that stuff up there just to do more damage everywhere. And then using Shadow Imbuement. And then I really wanted to use Death Trap. So Death Trap is like, when you're overwhelmed and the monsters are really going nuts, you can drop Death Trap. Anyway, this is not necessarily the most, like, the smartest build. This isn't even a build. This probably isn't even efficiently done. I only wanted to make something that I liked playing. And I interacted and moved around with all the different skills and played around with them a bunch. And this just ended up being the thing that I had the most fun with. So, like, right now I'm just shadowing and I'm just evading and I'm just spinning. I like this. I like evading because then that does that extra damage from all those bonuses that I have on there. I hit Shadow, and we just wipe people out. You know what I mean? I mean, we're only on Torment 1 right now. And then if we get in trouble, we throw down the trap, the Death Trap, and just that annihilates. So is this going to be a top build? No. Is what I'm doing right here a top build? No, probably not. Could this be a little bit more efficient? Yes. Is there probably something I'm not doing or could do that could add to this? Of course. But like right now, this is the play I like. And if I can make this powerful enough to enjoy the game, I'm going to love it. But if this dies out and is really weak, I'm going to kind of be like, damn, I don't know. But right now, I love this. I love the smoke screen. I love the twisting blades are on it, so I can do that. I can dive around. The blades go flying, so we're doing that damage there. Overall, right now, this is probably like a C tier or like a, something like that. I don't even know if you were to like really max it out and do the right things. But my point is, I really like it, and I really appreciate that they put this into the Rogue, because I was lost as far as a Rogue player before, and now I feel like I love this, and I'm having fun. Even though I don't have, I have basic gear. I don't have anything that's nuts. I don't have this build. This isn't even right, probably. There's probably like somebody who can make something out of this. I definitely need to fix my aspects. I don't even have the new the dancing knives aspect. There's like a new star something blade dance of knives. I don't even have that aspect on my character yet. I don't even have that. I need to find it because it's going to make a huge difference. I only have 2 items that are ancestral. I mean, I'm just at the very beginning of this, and I'm having a great time on Torment 1. So, that's all that matters. So great job as far as that goes. Like, I wonder what they can do. Is it maybe a couple of aspects that they could develop that could make this better, make this stronger? I would recommend like buffing or bonuses to evade skills, or to projectiles or something like that, like thrown objects or projectiles or knives. Like your blades, your knives, any projectiles do double damage or bounce off enemies or pierce, 3 times, whatever. Stuff like that in a way to sort of buff this build, this class that could be made out of this rogue. But I guess we'll have to see how powerful or not powerful it is, or what type of builds people come up with this blade, knife, dancer, rogue, whatever it is, kind of reincarnation of the god DH. But yeah, so I really love that, and that's all I'm playing. It's funny, I'm so into it that I don't even know if I'll play the Spiritborn to start, because Spiritborn to me feels like Monk and Witch Doctor mixed, and I'm not a big fan of those classes, although I like the Mundanugu's Witch Doctor in Diablo 3, but and the Monk was awesome. I don't know why, I never really fully got into Monk, but Monk was really a cool class in Diablo 3, and this being some kind of hybrid is cool. And there's a lot of really cool animation stuff and stuff that the Diablo team seemingly put together and worked on, and visualization stuff. So I do think I will make a secondary character Spiritborn, kind of like when Mundanugu's came out for Diablo 3. I made a second character just to play that, to try it out when it came out after my god DH. So yeah, what I've talked about just about everything. I just think I hope they have more mythics. I hope the rune words matter. I know they're not really rune words from Diablo 2. They're more like, I don't know, bonus slots or something. It's not quite rune words, but maybe they can find a way to make rune words better and more powerful in the future. But for now, we'll see what we got and what we do with them. I'm sure it's disappointing some longtime D2 people. And I know that this Diablo 4 is taking a bit of a dive into Diablo 3, but what I think a lot of people don't realize that maybe you played Diablo 3 when it first launched, or a couple of times, and you thought it was bad or whatever. If you didn't play Diablo 3 for the last 5 years, you have no idea. I mean, Diablo 3 every single year from 2018 to 19 to 20 to 21, Diablo 3 just kept getting better and better and better and adding awesome stuff to it. I would love to see something like the altar that was added in Diablo 3 come to Diablo 4. I would love to see a season with an altar like that is really fun and makes all these crazy bonus things happen and these goals, and then I'd love to see it permanently put in the game. So that's something for maybe down the road, but it just seems like so much great fun stuff, like enmities in Diablo 3, the altar in Diablo 3, the cube in Diablo 3, all these cool things are in Diablo 3. It's like I'm playing Diablo 4 and I can't help but think, wow, man, put that in this game. And I know that makes maybe other people roll their eyes, but at this point, I feel like you've already lost all the Diablo 2 people. I don't know what you can do to get the Diablo 2 people back. I feel like what Diablo 4 is doing right now is at least getting back the Diablo 3 people that walked away, or maybe getting new players who have never played Diablo 2, 3, and 1 to just like this, and they don't even know what Diablo 3 is, but like they like this. But this is, I do feel like we're like reliving what we had to learn in Diablo 3. This game is a little bit different. You know, there's different things in this game, no doubt about it. But I'm not going to argue with that. I like that there's a little bit of D2 and a little bit of D3 mixing into what D4 is and is becoming, and it's like this big hybrid. I like that. And, you know, maybe it won't be until like a Diablo 5 where like things are completely different or something like that. But the game is getting better. I do think the game is getting better. Every season, for the most part, seems to be getting better. And that's good news. And that's really it. I mean, switching builds is something I want to do now. I don't think I can understand if they want to try to keep it so that you create more characters and you don't just have a million builds you can switch out to and that's it. What I would recommend is that they allow you to at least have one alternate build per character, maybe. So you can have like 1 or 2 or 3 even. Because what happens is, let's say I like farming with my twisting blades, but then I want to make a boss killing rogue. So I need a different build for that. It kind of sucks that you'd have to re-level up a rogue. I don't want to do that. If I want to re-level something, I want to try another character or play another character. I don't want to re-level another rogue. I don't like that. And again, if you do that, now you're catering to the Diablo 3 people again. And the Diablo 2 people are thinking, well, in Diablo 2 you had to make another character. But I think a lot of people have just evolved past that mindset. It's a bang bang time. And it would help, especially with this new rogue, where I could see myself farming with this rogue, but then having to switch to a more powerful rogue so I can kill bosses. Do you know what I mean? Unless the rogue is solved and this becomes powerful enough to kill bosses, or really powerful enough that it's not frustrating. Because I think that is one issue that the God DH in Diablo 3 had, is that you really had to be really good and you had to be really determined to push that thing to a 150 Greater Rift. So anyway, I've babbled on way longer than I wanted to in this video. There's so much more I want to say about so much in Diablo. I want to see more fun stuff like random colored goblins like in Diablo 3. Where maybe they launch crazy events, like take you into a portal, take you into a place, make, crazy things happen. I want wild potions that last for 5 minutes to 20 minutes to 30 minutes that do wild things, like when active for 3 minutes, every kill is a legendary, crazy stuff. I want to see nutty stuff. Like crazy amounts of nutty stuff that you can find. And it would be fun if they fell and they were on a timer. I'm very into the timer idea of things. Not just these potions and stuff that we have that make you a little more powerful here or there. I'm talking about nutty stuff. Like when this potion is active, when this spell is active or something, goblins appear like crazy or something, like whatever. Every time you see a goblin, 3 goblins spawn. When you're wearing this, every 30 seconds a pylon spawns. Just stuff that makes the game kind of nuts, right? For the next 10 minutes, all Uber bosses are, 50% health. Attached when active, you do 1,000 extra damage. Crazy stuff that lasts for like 10, 30 seconds to 10 minutes to 30 minutes. Just these whacked out things that happen, and I think stuff like that would be really fun. And maybe it would be fun if like you could only find them in Hell Tides. That would be kind of cool. Or something like that. Anyway, I just want to see stuff that's crazy. That really keeps me rolling with this game. And what would be really fun is if you could only activate 1 or 2 of them at a time, and this is kind of getting to be like the rune words in a way, but And rune words are kind of like this. And I made a video about 7 months ago where I talked about this exact thing, where I wanted stuff that you could but you could only activate one at a time. That way, like, if you activated one thing like that was wild, and then it went away after 5 minutes, you're like, I wonder what the next thing is I'm gonna find. Do you know what I mean? Like gain crazy jet speed. Like jet speed drops. For 5 minutes, you're 20 times faster, and your guy goes crazy all over the place. Shit like that. And I mean, like, make hundreds of these things, if you can, that are just crazy. And if those were to drop starting at level 1, like, the game would just be, I would find that massively addicting. And maybe that isn't good. Maybe it's something they could do in a season to see how it goes. Maybe that breaks the game too much. Maybe it's not possible. Maybe it's something they just can't do that. The game doesn't work that way. That's too random for the game. I don't know. But I know what's fun for me. And I also, one thing I used to like was, I still have not found cosmic wings in Diablo 3, and I've been farming them forever. I'm talking about like 1,000 rainbow goblin kills, maybe 3,000 rainbow goblin kills probably, and no cosmic wings. I would actually pay Diablo. I would pay the Blizzard $5 to $10 a month if it unlocked the ability to find rare cosmic items, or not cosmic, rare cosmetic items in the game. So I don't want to buy items. That sucks. I hate buying items. I won't do it. If you're wearing an item that you bought, I'm not impressed. If I'm wearing an item I bought, I'm not impressed. Maybe I'll buy something once in a while, like I want to look a certain way, but that's not that fun to me. What's fun is finding something that's super rare that's in the game that everybody can find, but it's very rare. And you got to look for it, you got to farm for it, or whatever. That's fun. And, Blizzard would say, well, yeah, but, we got to make money on cosmetics, so that's not going to work. People will just pay for it. Well, I think there's a lot of people out there that like to find fun things too. So why not put 10 like 10 items in the game? I'm talking about like 4 wings, 4 crazy horse things, and 2 pets that are like as rare to find as cosmic wings were in Diablo 3. And the only way you can find them is if you pay for the battle pass of $10 or whatever it is a month, every season rather, on Diablo. So when you buy the battle pass and you buy that, it unlocks mythic cosmetics that you can find. So you're literally, I know that people are out there, you're like, so you literally want to pay for the possibility to find these items? Yes, I do. I would. Because I'd be like, yeah, I've got to pay for the season because I think I'm going to do some, or maybe I don't pay for the season that season. Maybe I'm just playing the season. And then one day I go, you know what? My guy's leveled up as high as I could be. I'm kind of over it now. I'm bored of, my character's so powerful. The season's over for me at this point. You know what? I really want those, dildo wings, that they pop up out of your head and back, and they're like, they're play toys. And I really want those. I'm going to farm them. Oh, shit. I didn't pay for the battle pass to unlock them. I'm going to go do that. And I drop $10 and unlock the battle pass. Congratulations, you've unlocked the battle pass. There's all the stuff you got. And have fun on your hunt for the 10 mythic items. Or this, maybe every month, maybe every season they change. There's different ones every season. I don't know. Dude, listen, I would pay for that. I would pay to try to find them. That's crazy, but I'd do it. And then you can include that with some of the items that you will give people in the Battle Pass, cosmetic items that you would give people when they pay for the Battle Pass. So Yeah, that's it. That's all my feedback. Anyway, I'm going to be back with another video tomorrow because obviously there's going to be a lot of changes tomorrow when rune words and everything else is active, and man, I can't wait for that. One thing I can say is, if I can't even believe anybody would have watched this video to the end, but if you did, I hope you leave me a comment with what do you think the best thing is now and the worst thing is now about this patch and this PTR and the leveling process. Let me know down below in the comment section if anybody even sees this video. I never know. Sometimes my videos get 8 views on here. Sometimes they get like 800. I never know what's going to happen on this gaming channel. But I thank you for listening. And I can say one thing. I really appreciate the effort that the Blizzard employees and developers and everybody on the Blizzard team, on the Diablo 4 team and the Diablo 3 team have done over the past 10 years especially. It's just been a wonderful thing to see Diablo 3 turn into a really fun arcade style, like fun, like adrenaline rush arcade RPG. And it's been fun to watch Diablo 4, start the way it started and then try to build on that to create something that we all really love. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody's work on it, and I know people are working really hard on it. I hope people don't take it too tough when, people were criticizing the crap out of stuff, whether it's, the graphics or this thing or that thing. Oh, the campfire. You got to bring the campfire back. At the beginning screen, they're like cut off and the camp flames are coming up, but you can't see the campfire. And there's something about seeing the campfire that's freaking me out. I don't know if anybody else, maybe I'm an idiot, but I don't know why, but like the player and then the flames are coming up, but I can't see the campfire, but you can see it. So like they would probably say, yeah, you can still see it. It's coming up. It's like the whole thing. And you want to see the character, don't you? I do, but maybe it's just for the PTR, but I feel weird in the menus now without the campfire. So maybe they could do something there, but it's definitely not that important, but it just something that I noticed it right away. And then I heard other people commenting on it too, and I went, yeah, they were bothered too. I was bothered too, and I just thought maybe I'm an idiot. But no, everybody else is saying the same thing I thought, so I know it's real, and I know that, whatever. Small, stupid thing, whatever. Someone probably didn't even realize it. Yeah, so thank you. I'll catch you guys later. Next video later.